Okay, fellas, I've constructed a plan to get at the clockwork tail feathers, but we'll need to pull off a few more jobs to set things up for the heist. First, Sly will have to pick a few pockets in the theater so that we'll have access to the Spotlight Control Center. Once that's accomplished, we'll be able to turn off all the security around the printing press. We'll need your muscle, Murray, to take out all the exterior alarm horns. We don't want anything to alert the guards while we pull off the big job. And finally, we'll need to get into the discotheque to drop this mirror ball. Trust me, it's all part of the plan.
Wanted to make sure we got some Dimitri dialogue before we started. Anyway, greetings all. This is Justinian the Great with Sam the Car Guy, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sly 2 Band of Thieves.
What's going on, everybody? Can we take a minute to talk about how some of those pictures that Bentley had make no possible sense at all?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. It's like, if Bentley can go out and take pictures himself, then why does he have us take pictures?
Why doesn't he just do these jobs himself?
Okay, Murray. That alarm horn will tip off Dimitri during our heist. There are 3 of them out here, and I need you to take them out.
Check.
This is going to take some serious muscle, Murray. You're the only guy on the team who can pull this off. Stop to pick things up, then throw it at those alarm horns. Good luck, pal. This could get rough.
Evildoers feel my wrath.
Bentley is such a dick to Murray.
That is the definition of condescension.
I mean, it is. So, notice how Justinian is throwing these guards at the mailbox thing, at the security box.
Mm-hmm.
If you are very welcome to take out our wonderful tech support boxes with a guard by hitting the button to alert guards. A guard will come to be appointed to you, to which you can then use to destroy our boxes. If a guard is not available, one will be appointed to you shortly. Thank you for using tech support.
I could say something slightly offensive there, but you know, I've decided not to.
I also like how Bentley was like, hey, you know, Sly should go out first and disable the things inside, and Murray, you go second. And you're just like, screw that. Murray's going first.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I like to have a flow in how I do things, and 2 jobs I figure out, and those 2 jobs kind of lead, kind of a secret here, but those 2 jobs will open up another job later for potentially someone else. I like to get everybody done. I try to get Murray done first.
Okay.
By the way, you can't leave the area that your appointed job, that your current job is in, or else you will effectively end the job and basically have to redo everything that you've already done in the job.
You'll see those arrows, the warning sign for where you shouldn't go.
Yes. And check out this alarm. It does absolutely nothing.
If you let it sit on for a while, it will work. You could also use flashlight guards to destroy the alarms, but they're not going to just show up, so you have to kind of bring your own. BYOFG.
Yeah. Bring your own flashlight guard.
Yeah. Notice with his thunderflop how if you fall from a great distance, it kills the guard. That's something of importance.
Yeah. And it also kind of depends on how exactly you fall on him. like the angle in which you fall on him.
Yeah. To get
And
the headshot kill, you gotta fall like directly on his neck.
pretty much, yeah. And you gotta put a lot of Murray's body onto it. Also notice that there are now not flashlight guards, but some of the smaller guards on the rooftops. That makes navigating the rooftops a little bit trickier, especially doing it stealthy.
Dimitri didn't like that you told him in the last episode, so now he's upped his ante on his guards.
Yeah. And this will be something that you will see throughout the rest of the game as well.
Yeah, Dimitri realized this is an issue, so he told all of his friends in the Claw Gang, hey, I got this little person who's doing all this stuff, so y'all need to up your ante as well.
Yep.
Okay, Sly. There's the power boxes which route to the printing press area. To take care of them, I'll need you to put a splice clip in those spotlights.
Sorry, Bentley, but those fans are spinning way too fast to walk on.
They can be slowed down from this control panel, but you'll have to do a lot of pickpocketing to get at it. The guards are carrying special fragile keys that will be destroyed if you attack. Make sure you pickpocket their keys before you take those thugs out. To pickpocket guards, sneak up behind them and press the circle button.
I think you'll see that the reoccurring theme in this game is that if a guard has something you need, don't damage the guard.
As spoken in one of our last episodes.
You have to dig a little.
Yeah. And this is a good prime example of that. Now, once you actually get what you need from them, you could actually take them out. Or
Unless you're a masochist and you want to just make your life more difficult, just leave them alive.
Yeah.
I also like how he's like, hey, Bentley, these fans are spinning way too fast. And the reality of it is he's not going to touch a single blade because he's going to climb on the pole, which he could have done without needing to do this whole job. So it was kind of redundant.
Yeah, and unless they were stupid about the physics of the ceiling fans,
I wouldn't
where the pole is.
Dimitri on the mic with a shout out to all my nightclub samurai. Stand tall and feel beautiful. I hear there's some raccoon dude giving us static. If you all spot his crackerbox, bam! Make him unhappy. Take no prisoners. Go hardcore. Extreme all over his face. Okay, peace out.
He didn't stand tall, so you know what? Dead.
Yep. And I was going to say, unless the pole is, the thing the fan is being suspended from is supposedly spinning too, which is actually unrealistic.
Yeah, you don't want your pole spinning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, in fact, it's actually hard to walk on this. It's actually hard to actually get on the ceiling fans. So you end up just climbing on the thing that suspends them.
Yeah. So when I was young and I would do this mission, I would like hang out down there for like 10 minutes.
Really?
How did he get up here?
No idea.
That's a good thing to kind of point out too. If a guard is close to an edge,
Yeah,
and
you
it's a
can
tall edge,
you can knock them right off, and they'll die immediately.
so that's a good information to have.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love to make noise to get these guards to kind of run and chase me a little bit.
Thing is, in a lot of stealth games, noise is actually used as a diversionary tactic sometimes.
Yeah, I did that once and it didn't kill the guard and he started shooting at me because that damn pole got in my way. What are
It
these
happens.
keys? What are these keys made out of that they get destroyed if you hit a guard?
Nice work, Sly. Now head for the control panel to slow down the fan.
Not sure. Mahogany? By the way, you'll notice that this, if you do take the path that I just took, it basically leads you right around to the control panel. Um, it's very
Where did
convenient.
he go when he...
Fans have stopped. Use them to get on top of the main chandelier and insert that splice clip.
You were saying?
I have so many questions about what just happened. How does unlocking a bunch of locks turn off fans? And where did the keys go when he, you know? This
That
is
is
my
a good
favorite
question.
light, though.
I'm overriding the
Oh, yeah.
spotlight security gun.
In typical Sly Cooper fashion.
Do it. No more security in the printing press room.
Take a look at these spotlights now.
Yep.
This is the only time that the spotlights will actually change.
You know, I almost feel like the Sly Cooper symbol almost is based on Batman somehow.
It kind of is if you think about how he does it.
And
It
given
could also
the...
be...
Yeah.
It's also probably more like one of the serial killers that used to leave his mark.
I was saying because and that you know, funny thing is you know, you have the film noir filter, and Batman when it originally started, it was sort of film noir.
Pocket all the guards around the nightclub. Try to find guys carrying shiny loot in their back pockets. We can pawn the good stuff for a lot of coins back here in the safe house.
So what Bentley is saying there is that you could pickpocket guards basically everywhere, and you'll notice this guy actually has a shiny in the back of his pocket. So
I like shiny.
oh yeah. So, and basically all guards can have the shiny. Although I will say that usually the flashlight guards, the loot that they carry is usually worth more.
Is it? I would have never thought that. I thought they were all kind of equal.
You'll notice you'll get gold combs from the flashlight guards and bronze combs from the smaller guards.
There's also silver combs.
Yes.
Now, if you see, he doesn't have a shiny, so he doesn't have the special loot.
Yes. And pretty much he'll just have a few coins in the back of his pocket. Some of them actually have quite a few coins if you get lucky. Something else that has appeared since we essentially ran that painting back to the safe house, and they've just kind of appeared out of nowhere. And what's funny is I've never actually noticed that they don't appear until you actually run the painting back to the safe house. Is loot.
Didn't know that only showed up after you ran the painting. But I guess it makes sense, because that's when the idea is introduced.
Yeah, I think it's because that was more or less your tutorial.
To the safe house in one piece. We can sell it on CNET for a ton of coins.
Now, I think if it gets destroyed...
I think it's pretty much
it'll-
your tutorial for...
Yeah, it's the tutorial. I think if you get hit, it will reset back to the podium.
Yes, it will. And
So it's not like a total loss.
yeah, and there will be ones later on that actually have like a time limit on them.
Yeah, and you actually, if you get you have to get those back to your safe house in time. I think if you fail, it will destroy and go back to the podium.
Thankfully, I don't think you die if you fail.
You don't. It just disintegrates.
Yeah. So anyway, we can now buy Fists of Flame for Murray. We'll take a look at that later.
In his new special move, Flame Foo.
You know, what's funny is that I almost think of Murray's flaming attacks as being better than Flame Foo.
I mean, literally anything is better than Flame Foo because it's basically diarrhea.
So now we've got a job that wasn't really described to us, so let's see what happens when we actually start it.
Hold it, Cooper.
Constable Mila. Another policewoman hot on my tail.
Please, I led you here.
So that Claw Gang slip was a clue. Why are you helping me out?
I'm not as black and white as Carmelita. I know what a menace those clockwork parts are, and I don't want the likes of the Claw Gang putting them to use.
So what? It takes a thief to catch a thief?
Something like that. But if I'm going to trust you in this case, I need to know that you can keep up. Literally.
Literally.
Don't fall behind.
Sly, hold down the R1 button to run. You'll need it to keep up with Constable Neela.
Yeah, this is essentially you just gotta chase Neela around for a little while.
Don't hit Neela.
Yes, she doesn't like being hit. In fact, it will come up saying that you failed the job because Neela doesn't like being hit.
Literally, it says she does not like being hit.
And notice how the bouncy surfaces don't actually work for her. I always thought that was funny.
Yeah, I did too. Oh, here's another fun thing. If you do the up triangle, where you do the thing down, if you land on Sly's little, what do you call it, his beacon?
Yeah.
In the binocucom that he talks to Bentley, his hat will actually be not on his head. It'll be suspended in air randomly.
I've noticed that, but I didn't know what caused that.
When I learned that was what happened, I would only do Sly jobs by going down.
Nice. Makes sense, too.
It's more entertaining.
By the way, if you know where she's going, you can more or less just stick around where she's going.
You could actually lead her to where she's supposed to lead you.
Well done, Sly. We should work well together.
Glad you approve.
Now, legally, I can't enter Dimitri's nightclub without a warrant. But I happen to have obtained the key to his back door, which a person like yourself can use however he pleases.
Oh, we are absolutely going to work well together.
That job inside the disco will require my demolition skills. Head on back to the safe house. I should be all geared up for the field by the time you arrive.
First Bentley job.
He sounds so unsure of himself.
And by the way, while we're here...
Yeah, might as well grab it and go. Make some extra coin.
Yep. Nothing else, it'll be some coins that we can use in the next episode, because each episode introduces some new gadgets that you can use.
Now, episode being level, not just sitting in the greats episode.
Yes.
We're not
Just
that
call
lucky
it-
to get new things every single time. Just any and uploads an episode every week.
Sadly not. Or else you might actually need all the coins that you get throughout the game.
What's fun is once you buy everything, coins become useless, and there's no point of getting coins.
Pretty much. Although there are trophies based on collecting coins.
Because I have my 100% level, I have like 2,000 coins that I just have no use for.
Yeah. It kind of sucks when in-game currency has no purpose whatsoever.
Yeah.
I
It's
have to
worse
say-
in the third game.
Yeah. I have to say something, though, that more or less something that is worse in the third game is that more or less, you know how basically you can sell you can actually sell the loot on ThiefNet right there? Well, I hate how it basically caches it for you as soon as you pickpocket the guards in 3. I almost liked... I know it's supposedly simpler, but, you know...
Like that
I kind of
you did that
prefer it
easy.
being that... what, to avoid one guard only to get to in the view of another guard?
No, I like the, what do you call it, the auto cache system. Now, it doesn't make sense canon, but it did make life a little bit easier.
I preferred selling my own stuff just because I almost felt like there was actually an actual thief net then.
Yeah.
It felt like it was a more connected, like, loot system, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's almost like, well, you've never played the Resident Evil games, but Resident Evil 4 had a merchant, whereas Resident Evil 5 just had a menu in which you sold and bought everything from.
Okay, Bentley. To get past the laser fence, you'll need to blow it up. Press the triangle button to drop a bomb, and then get out of the way before it explodes.
And this is what's great about Bentley.
Was this the level where you can hit the turntables and do the remix?
I think so, and we will do it in the we will do that in the next episode.
So off camera, Justinian the Great and I were kind of playing some different levels, and we were trying to figure out how to do that.
Now, use your sleep darts to get by the guard. Press the R3 button, click the right analog stick to bring up your binocular, and then tap the R1 button to fire a dart.
So, what's cool is the fact that you can sleep dart guards and then go bomb them.
Do not miss. If you miss, they will come to your exact location.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, Bentley, how you holding up out there in the field?
Fine, I'm just fine. I just need to bomb all the pillars supporting that disco ball and I can get out of here.
What's with taking out the disco ball?
Its impact will shake the nightclub's front peacock sign loose from its mooring. Look, I can't talk now. I've got to keep moving. Keep safe.
I think you were saying something before, right?
He's not so tough now. Sat there and belittled Murray, but now he's like, oh, I can't do it. Little shit.
And this is the slight character you most identify with.
I can't help that I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I just equipped the trigger bomb, which is useful for this. And yeah, that didn't work out so well.
If you do it low enough, you can get that guard's attention. That guard did not care.
Anyway, what was it?
Go ahead.
I think what I was saying with the loot system is, it felt good actually selling stuff to a merchant, whereas, selling stuff to just in like a menu at the end of the chapters was it felt a little disconnected almost, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Better hurry, you missed.
Yeah, something to demonstrate is just how spot on these guards are as far as, when you miss a sleep dart.
So like I said, he goes to your exact location, so that was a good viewing example of that.
Mm-hmm.
One fun thing about Bentley, if you go into a building and you drop a bunch of bombs before you hit the circle button, the bombs will move him from his location and make him have to work to get into the building.
Might as well collect.
Supply one. Why are you coin farming?
Because I want to make sure I get all the gadgets before the end of each episode.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I have at least a few coins stocked up before we start the next episode. Make things easier on this next episode.
Another thing to notice too, if you look, Bentley doesn't have the power-up meter.
Yeah, because Trigger Bomb doesn't actually take up the power-up.
Yeah, so you only get that meter when you have a power-up that requires it.
Yeah. And you'll notice it if we use...
Wow, Bentley. We felt that all the way back here at the safe house. And you were right. The peacock sign had half of its bullets pop off on impact.
And you'll see it whenever we use Fists of Flames with Murray. Anyway, next time on Slide 2 Band of Thieves, we will be tackling the heist, which is essentially Slide 2's form of the last job in the world, which may or may not contain a boss fight.
It is the boss fight, always.
It doesn't always include a boss fight, though.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll see you guys until then. This is Justine the Great and Sam the Car Guy signing off. Stay safe out there and have a good one.
It's just Mirador smell shit.